It's Wednesday, the 4th of March, 2026. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story, I'm afraid. Today's story is hopefully completing the LOTUS EVIJA Exclusive series, which we didn't quite get completed yesterday. And so I'm sure we'll have some time. And then I'll do an endless endurance. And I'll sort of go through the sort of things that I touch on. I never go for the biggest earning. I go for what I consider relatively easy to earn a nice bit of bonus rewards. I don't often do it, but obviously with the weekends being double fame, being able to hire an agent, you can really earn some big fame rewards. So that'll be part of this evening's stream. We've got Abdullah in the chat, says hi. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hi in the chat. Aaron C. John says hello. Hello, Aaron C. John. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. We've also got Massiage Gamer. Hello, sir. Welcome along. Thank you for watching and saying hello in the chat. We've also got John with his big pink hand saying hello. Can't have a stream without John's big pink hand saying hello. Welcome along, John. Thank you, as always, to all of you for watching and saying hello in the chat. Aaron C. John says, nice shirt. Oh, you know about this? I wear it all the time, but normally what happens is this is stuck there so you can't see it. Oh, dear. Aaron C. John also says, endless race in Le Mans McLaren MP4.X exclusive series. Oof. No, that's a bit, but you see, you went straight to the hardest one. No. More on that later. Right, okay, so, oh dear, right. So we're almost there. I did run out of time. And this evening I intend to do what I need to do without wasting like a 1 hour or a 2 hour free servicing. That might backfire. And the reason why I think I can do it is we've only got 3 cups left. Now, 2 of the cups I haven't done. One of the cups I did yesterday was absolutely rubbish. 6. That's unheard of. That is like coming last. Anyway, we're going to start with Tier 18, the Hockenheimring Grand Prix circuit. Now, what I did yesterday, I haven't done any racing today, but what I did yesterday was to maximise my sort of like crew, is I hired, by playing an advert, an agent and an engineer. So if I win this 10 lap race in Hockenheimring, I'll get free servicing, and I'll also get 100% on the agent on top of the 100% that's ongoing until the end of Thursday. So potential, I think, in this stream of going up a fame level, but we'll see. It is all about coming first though, and you know me, I'm not always brilliant at that. Let's see how we get on. Whew. Right, problem is, first race of the day, not always the best. This car, now again, you look at the stats there, it says the weakest bit is the top speed, which I suppose technically speaking it is. It gets up to 238. We have had it faster, but then it grinds to a halt. The grip, I actually think, is the biggest problem. So for me, the issue is you have to brake very early, and it's something I struggle on, braking, obviously. and then that causes problem with grip and skidding round corners. But we're going to give it a go. Hockenheimring's not a bad circuit, A, for overtaking. Not too many too long straights. There are a couple. So as long as there's plenty of twists and turns, I find they're the better courses for this type of car and where you tend to have your strengths. So here we go. This is for 100%, not in this race, but the next 3 races, and 50 gold. So I suppose because I've broken one of my guidelines, I need to talk about what my guidelines are. For those that are new to the channel, so guideline 1 is don't damage your car. Whoops. Guideline 2, don't damage the opponent's car. Whoops again. Guideline 3 is don't go off track. Also whoops. And then guideline 4 is don't cheat. In other words, don't take known shortcuts. Now, I will try to do that tonight. I think it was Monday's stream when I was a bit crazy. But I think I'm doing okay at this sort of position. 7th at the end of lap 1. So I've got 9 laps left. 6 cars. Make that 5 cars left to okay. Now for me, that audio's screeching, so I can turn it down for me. And I don't think it affects you. And you're probably going, no, turn it off, Tony. We can't stand the screeching either. Sorry. There we go, 5th place. So long as I keep up like this, just sort of take my time. I think that's the key with this car. I may have said this before, but I'll say it again. The Jaguar XJ220 was all about gliding the car around the track. And this car is very much like that. Remember, everyone else has the same problem because they've got the same car. So it's not always about being the fastest in terms of top speed, but being quicker around the lap in terms of where you brake and how you take the corners, I find. So I think to be in 4th place on lap 2 is okay. I've got a bit of a gap though to 3rd, so I do need to audit. I do need to work on that. In fact, I do need to work very much on that because I went down to 5th then for a second. The other thing I need to be wary of is this car, because traction control is off. It's easily flipped by the computer opponents. So we just need to be careful of that. And again, I'm down to 5th. And I went down to 5th on the corners. That's mainly to do with the fact I'm braking early, because I just don't trust the brakes in this car. Yeah, so at the moment I have got a bit of a concern on, oh good grief, here we go. Here's the problem. Once you get hit once, and then you start rushing, and it's here where you get turned around. But I'm already a massive amount. Oh God, they're literally all backing up on me, backing up behind me, and the bottleneck. This could be a problem. Okay, so at the moment this isn't looking good. So 3rd is nowhere to be seen. Now, I'll be honest, I used the grass there to slow down. So, yeah, we've got a bit of a problem at this moment in time. And obviously, that's the royal we. So, I'm now just a little bit worried that I'm not going to win this race. Oh. And obviously, when you start worrying that you're not going to win the race, what happens? You start pushing too hard and you start making mistakes. Okay, I'll just pause it there because I've got a bit of a dab on again. This car is hard work. So Abdullah says, on your channel, it says you are from the UK, but you are still using Imperial. Yeah, so I reject decimal. I reject Europe. I'm from England, and the UK should return to the Imperial measurement. And indeed, for large parts of the UK and England, we still do. So we measure people in feet and inches. We weigh ourselves in pounds and ounces and stones. So yeah, so that's why. And we are. If you ever visit England, the speed limit on the roads is in miles per hour. The speedometer has a preference of miles per hour. Kilometers is on there, but it's normally got miles per, on the old fashioned. It's got miles per hour on the top and kilometers underneath. So yes, we us England lads, we are very much for the imperial measurements, not the not the decimal. Don't like it. Like if we go to, although again, it's a little bit harder to do now, but we prefer a pint of milk. We do. We can't get it anymore, but we prefer a pint of milk. We prefer a pint of beer. You had to bring it up. So there you go. Goes on to say, Imperial sometimes becomes more convenient, contrary to popular belief. Exactly. You see, a pint of beer is just the right amount. You go to decimals and you've got 500 millilitres. It just feels too small. Or you go to a litre and it's just way too big. Why mess with things when they're not broken is my view. Virtual medical doctor Iyaka enters the chat, says hello, welcome along, good to see you again, thank you for watching, and saying hello in the chat. Now, I think I was fourth. We're not doing very well here. Third is pulling away. Let's see if we can catch up. Short answer, no. I think this might be one of those races. What I might do towards the end, if I'm not doing very well, is I'll literally just quit it and do it again. Oh, you see again, look at this. I'm all the way down into 6. This isn't going to end well. This is not going to end well. I can't even see. I can't see anyone on the map. Third is so far ahead of me, they're not showing up. Not to worry. We'll keep going. As I said, what I am going to do, because I don't want to service the car, is quit if on lap 9 I'm still in this position. But you never know. They might catch back markers and we might have a bit of luck. Then again, we might not. We're driving like that. I'm now 600 yards behind third, so I'm actually falling further and further behind. So it's not looking good at this moment in time. So I think what we'll call this is warm-up. This is warm-up. There, look at that, 600 yards plus. Oh, dear. Oh. So at this moment in time, I am all over the place. This car has been an absolute pain. Oh dear. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you see, there you go. Right. Right, I'm going to quit. I'm going to start again. I don't often do that, but we need to do it this evening. So, give me one moment. Let me just take the game off screen. Now, I'm not going to quit, so I waste my durability. I'm going to literally reset the game. Oh dear, here we go. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? One of those days with this car. Whew. Give me a moment. It's decided. It's definitely one of those days. It's the game's taking its time to load back up now. Maybe the game has been broken early. That'll be a fun stream. Game goes down live on streamer. Yeah, seriously, it's still loading up. Still loading up. Whew. We're back in business. Right. I'll get it back on screen in a minute. Let's go back there. Let's go back in. Great. We've still got the agent and the engineer hired. Let's start again. And let's get it now back on screen. Oh. Oh. My mistake. 1 second. There we go. Right. There we go. Okay, back on screen. That was hard work. There we go. Right. We're going to try again. The key is brake early and take it easy. I can do it. Here we go. Take your time. No need to rush. Wait, what happened there? Oh, no, no. This bloody car. Okay, we're into 10th. Now we're into 9th. I think I did get as high as 6 on the first lap. I'm not too worried because they are all bunched up at this moment in time. But what happened is because I struggled to get any closer to 3rd, they all started bunching up behind me, and 1st, 2nd, and 3rd disappeared off into the distance. There we go. Right, we're into 8th. That's not brilliant, but we've got 9 laps left. 7 cars to overtake. Now it's 6. If I can keep this up, I'll be happy. They are starting to spread out though already. That's interesting. Okay, we're okay. We're back in business, I think. Now, I say there's plenty of overtaking opportunities. There kind of is, but I'll tell you what. On the last race, I was struggling to catch the cars in front. So I am a bit worried the same might happen again. Oh, there we go. Careful, careful. There you go. Right. Careful, careful. Oh. Back into 7th. Back into 6th. Okay, 8 laps to go. 5 cars to overtake. I do need to get my act together. Right, here we go. We can get a couple here. There we go. Into 4th. Woo. Okay, so this is as far as I got last time. And then I started just having problems. So I need just to get my act together. Okay, I am just on the tail of 3rd, so we should be okay. Hopefully. I think the key is, as I say, always with this car, braking early. That's why I say the brakes are not as good as everyone claims them to be. I mean, there might be excellent brakes in a car that can only go 200 miles per hour. In a car that can go 238 miles per hour, you need better brakes. The deceleration is just not as good as the acceleration. Okay, I might actually get 3rd here. All right, okay. Now, in fairness, what's happened is I've ended up, when I reset the game, I did, oh dear, I did take it off the internet. So when I started the race, I'm racing against computer opponents, but they're still hard. And obviously, I'm still rubbish. Oh, come on. Oh. And yeah, so now we've got problems again. 4th lap again. I'm back in 4th place. And 2nd has pulled off into the distance. Now I've got 6 laps, so I just need to take my time and put a couple of consistent laps together. Maybe not worry too much about pushing, just worry about being consistent. See, there we go. We're 300 yards behind 2nd. Okay. Oh, they're already catching back markers. Ooh. This might work to my advantage. However, me being rubbish at braking may work to their advantage. It's not looking good at this moment in time. If this car isn't careful, it's going to be in my top 5 worst cars in the game, I tell you. You see, there's another back marker. So I've got 5 laps, and I'm still in 3rd, and I'm 200 yards behind 2nd. I've got no idea if the car in front of 2nd is 1st. I somehow doubt it isn't. Okay, halfway there. I think it's going to be like this all the way to the end. Take your time. Remember to brake early. Back into 2nd because I can't brake it. I mean, I've always struggled with that corner. So it is funny that I'm struggling now. Look at that, I'm back in 3rd. All of a sudden, the computer opponents don't have a problem overtaking back markers. Okay, I'm in the mix. This is going to be painful, I tell you. Maybe not for you, be entertaining, but for me, it's going to be painful. I'm in the mix. We're on lap 6. We've got 4 laps to go. But I think we're going to swap places all the way to the end. Okay, first on lap 7, just. I think I've got a break early here. Just about got that right. Still in first, just. 20 yards ahead is not exactly a winning margin I like. But we're getting there slowly. We're getting there. You see, no, we're not. He's about to overtake me. Why? Because they're faster in the straight. Yeah, he's proper at it. Yeah, this is definitely one car I think overall I just can't get the hang of. Okay, we are still in first though. We've got 3 laps to go. Have I broken it now? Can I keep it? Don't do anything crazy. Take your time. Okay, back marker overtaken. Maybe there'll be a bit of a distraction, allow me to pull away ever so slightly. Okay, that is lap 8 in first. We're about 100 yards ahead, and I've got 2 laps to go. Let's take a breather. Abdullah says, I actually always had a fascination and liking for roller coasters. Oh, that's what I like to hear. Always wanted to try and experience, but you increase my interest with great videos. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I'm glad somebody watches them. The roller coaster videos don't get a lot of traction, unfortunately. I think a lot of people like POVs. And the problem with roller coasters is sometimes you can't film on ride. That's the problem. But if you look through my channel, I have got quite a few. And I've probably got, on my Rumble channel, I've got a little bit more. For some reason, how it kind of works is my Rumble channel seems to be more of the roller coaster channel, and this channel seems to be more of the Real Racing 3 channel. Abdullah says, a few days, and I guess we would miss the pain of long and hard races. Ha ha ha. Well, yeah, T minus 15 days, I think it is now. Yeah. Right. 2 more laps. Let's see how we get on. All right, so I'm 200 yards ahead. I can sort of take my time. How are we doing there? Still 200 yards ahead. Oh, oh. There we go. Round the back markers. I think if you can keep back markers in between you and second place, you have an increased chance of increasing your lead. Because, yes, they're pretty good at overtaking today so far. But they should not be as good as you are. In fact, there you go, 300 yards ahead of second. Final lap. Right, have we cracked it this time? Have we cracked it? You know, I think we might have done. There we go. We've broken the beast's back. There we go. That is first place. Whew. That was hard work. So it's taken us half an hour to get to this point. 2 more races to do. But look at that. I do think if I do that on the remaining 2 cups, we might go up a fame level. So what I'm going to do next is take the game off screen because I'm going to hire, by playing an advert, I'm going to hire sorry, let me just check. Is the camera? Oh. Camera's okay, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Look blurred on this screen. Right, I'm going to hire an agent, an engineer by playing an advert. So I'm just going to take the game off screen. Oh, I've turned the headphone off. I forgot to put the audio on as well. Sorry. I'm all over the place today. Right, so I'm just going to play adverts to hire an engineer and an agent. The idea being is if I get first, and I'm going to have to, I've then got one opportunity to complete the final cup, and hopefully I'll get double fame or triple fame, as we've already got 100% fame on. Abdullah says the camera is okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry about the game audio. I'll get that sorted. It's always a mixed bag on what advert you get. Do you get a 5-second advert or a 2-minute long advert? Right, agent hired. Engineer. It's another long ad. Just the case, isn't it? Always the way. Okay, so let's set up the race. So I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do the same again and set up the race with the game in offline mode. Make it a little bit easier for myself that I'm only racing against computer opponents. It is an 8-lap race around Nürburgring. Now the thing about Nürburgring is normally I can be in first place by the fourth corner. I'm kind of thinking that might not happen here. Let's get the game back on screen. There we go. And now this time, let's turn on the audio. Sorry about that. There we go. Right, 22 cars. 21 to overtake. 8 laps. It is Nürburgring. Stay out of trouble in the first corner. Round the outside. As they all squeeze in. Find myself already in 7th place, 6th place. I'm not going to get first though. No surprise there with this car. Maybe up to 3rd. There we go. I'll take that. Woo. Again, it's another bloody night race. What is it with night races in this game? Oh, look, we can do the night. Oh, yeah, great, well done. Fantastic. All I can see is the light bulb above my head. I'm just saying. Oh, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna get bumped. Right, okay, that's okay. Second, oh, what's going on here? Second place at the end of lap 1 is okay. Let's see how many times I interchange first and second with mice or man. Yeah, this car, the last few races, it's beginning to feel a bit painful. I think there are certain tracks this car's good at. The obvious one that comes out for me is Monza. I think it's okay around Circuit of the Americas, and I don't think it's too bad at Silverstone. But Suzuka proved to be a problem for me last time. But I do think that's partly to do with racing against copies of human opponents that basically are going to be set in a similar lap time to you. So if you're in 22nd and they're in 1st, it's almost impossible to catch them. It's not impossible, it's almost impossible. You have to be perfect. Anyway, we're in 1st. I have braked way too late. Managed to avoid going off track somehow. I'm 100 yards ahead. I feel like I'm actually competing against the track. Can I stay on track? You just have to brake so much earlier with this car. And as a result, sometimes you do end up braking way too early. Okay, 1st place. Might hit 200 yards ahead of 2nd. Oh, you see, look, there you go. Classic example of I braked where I would with any other car, or most of the other cars, and it was just too late. So I went over the chicane, off the track, onto the grass. Maybe this is up there with the Speedtail. I'll tell you now, if it is, it's going on the list. Now, to be fair, I do find this car okay. As a lot of people complain about the grip in this car. I think the grip is okay. For me, it's just the deceleration, i.e. the brakes, that let this car down. You do have to relearn all of the braking points. Okay, so I'm first now by almost 300 yards. This is lap 4. We're almost halfway through the race. We're doing okay. Why does it have to be in the dark though? I mean, there's no point in asking Real Racing 3 that now. They don't care. It's like, oh, we can do that feature. Let's put it in the game. Right, we've caught back markers as well, so... Okay, what are we on? We are on first place, 500 yards ahead of second. Oh, almost into the barrier. Because we did brake just a little bit too late. Tell you what, I'm glad there wasn't a dynamic circuit at the Porsche test track with, say, 4 laps. I think that would have killed me. Okay, that's the end of lap 5. Still first. 600 yards ahead. We'll just take a breather. I'll have a sip of water. Okay, so Abdullah says, okay, gotta go and sleep. Wish I had time to watch more, but this time of the year, finishing up with my A-levels and exams and stuff. Good night, and I really wish your channel grows more. Well, that's very kind of you. Get a good night's sleep, and I hope you're studying and your exams go well. Abdullah says, such quality and down-to-earth, fun, interesting content. Blimey, you really like this channel. That's nice to hear. All right, okay, there we go. Right, okay, so we got 3 laps left. 3 laps. We just need to brake early. Obviously we didn't then. Okay, 800 yards ahead of second. Just about braked correctly there. That was right on the edge. Okay, 2 laps to go. This is for the win, leaving 1 cup to go. It's been a bit of a slog. It's been a bit of a slog. That were 1,000 yards ahead a second. So this particular track, we've done a lot better than what we did with the Hockenheimring one. Right, this time it's final lap. Thank goodness this race is almost over. I bet we've almost been racing 50 minutes. Yeah, 50 minutes. Right, there we go. That is the second cup completed in first place. That was another hard slog though. Whew. By heck. Right. See, look at that. I reckon we're going to be so close to going up a fame level. And if the next cup doesn't do it, then I reckon the endless endurance that I'll do, which I'll probably be doing for 50 minutes, should be enough to take me up another fame level. And I think that will earn me enough gold to open up the next exclusive series. So we've got the Suzuka circuit, Grand Prix circuit to do. I'm going to, again, take the game off screen so I can play an advert. I'm just going to hire the agent this time. Once I've done that, I'll bring it back on screen. I don't like playing adverts on screen because they have music, and that just immediately means some form of copyright complaint. So I always like to do this stuff off screen just to avoid that issue. But as before, it's a long advert, so just give me a minute. We will be playing again ever so shortly. Neil Rain enters the chat, says, yo back, sir. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying yo in the chat. Right, let's get this game back on screen. Okay, so there we go. Oh, don't say that. Oh, well, that's not good. Why can't you do that? Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. Whoo! Let's... There we go. There we go. Right. Neil Rain says, which game next? Well, so I was going to do a stream about that this evening, but obviously I didn't quite finish the racing here. So I think I've put that back to Tuesday, next Tuesday. So that will be the big reveal. So I'm keeping you all on tenterhooks, aren't I? I apologise for that. I mean, in fairness, if you look through the three streams that I did, I think it should be pretty obvious which ones have won. But basically, I'm looking to take forward 2 games, not 1. Mainly because they're just not as big as Real Racing 3 in terms of cars, content, series, events, weekly stuff, daily stuff. There's just not as much. So I kind of figured I needed two games to replace Real Racing 3. But neither of them are anywhere close to the depth and the enjoyment of Real Racing 3, unfortunately. But yeah, I intend to reveal that on Tuesday. Right, 6 laps around Suzuka. My best finish previously was 6. So I need to do better than that. One little advantage is I am at least racing against computer opponents rather than copies of human opponents. So hopefully I can do a bit better. Well, I'm already up into 18th. That feels like an improvement. 9th. What I do have to be careful is it is very easy to be touched and thrown around. So I've just got to be careful from the car behind me as well as focusing on overtaking the car in front of me. So this stage at 7th, I've almost done as good as my best position. Oh dear. Oh dear. Still in 7th. There might be a few like that. There might be a few like that. There we go, into 6th. There you go. Into 5th. This is better. Come on. Take your time now. Take your time. Okay, I'm happy with that. That is 5th at the end of lap 1. We've got 5 laps to go, and we've got 4 cars to overtake. Just take your time. Remember to brake earlier than normal. Into 4th. Into 3rd. Now, again, I do believe I got as high as 3rd, but then I got bumped off the road, and from then on in I was struggling. So I think I've been this high before. It's a case of keeping it clean and not getting knocked. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, managed to rescue that. So I'm in 3rd and I'm well clear of 4th. But there's a bit of a gap to 1st and 2nd. Now, you see we went under the bridge there. I don't know if it happened on stream, but I've done an endurance around Suzuka where I got given 10 seconds because it thought I'd overtaken a car that was on the bridge. That was well weird when that happened. But whoa, how come I got 10 seconds? And I think it's something to do with how they program the game. It doesn't actually recognise cars being on a track on a different dimension. So it just assumes you've overtaken that car and gives you 10 seconds. Here we go. Into second, into second. Don't get knocked though. He's right on your tail. He's right on your tail. Oh, and I'm about to go off. Oh, right on the edge. Right on the edge. There we go. Back into third. Oh, this car. Now remember, this is, if I win this, this is for 100% completion and 50 gold. Now that's technically not enough to do the final upgrade on the next car I'll be upgrading. But it will bring me very close. Right, we are back in second. Just got to be careful. Don't push too hard. Said don't push too hard. And what do? You slide. I don't know. Can't get the staff. Okay. We're right on the tail of first. We are obviously doing a lot better. Oh, 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 oh. Than in yesterday's stream with this race. Ooh. There we go, into first. I'll just pause it there, take a breather. Neil Rain says, you sure that we'll not be able to play this game offline after shutdown? So I'm not sure is the honest answer to that. But what I have read in the statement is they've said all money will be worthless or unavailable, something to that effect. So the problem with that is I think it will mean you can't service the car. So if you can't service the car, you can't reset the car's durability, is what I'm thinking. So it might be a case the game is available, but I reckon once you've taken the car's durability into that negative section, I'm wondering whether or not, if they're saying money's not going to be available in the game, if that means you can't service the car. I don't know. I'm just nitpicking in terms of the statement, what they've said, and what the possibility of that meaning. George Jacob returns, says hello George Jacob, welcome along, thanks for watching and saying hello in the chat. Says, question I have for you, question is, have you live streamed your entire playthrough of Real Racing 3 so far? No is unfortunately the answer to that. So I started streaming Real Racing 3 in July of 2024. And it was more of a case in the beginning of sort of just capturing the events, capturing the cars that were available, and doing a little bit of cherry picking of the series. So I wouldn't do every race. I would just say, sort of like, this is the event. I'd do the full event, but in terms of the series, I would sort of do the milestones, the 25, the 50, the 75, and the 100%. But basically, I think it's from version 13.6. I've live streamed since then, so I've caught all the major series that have been added, all the cars that have been added, and all the events. But unfortunately, I haven't got 10 years worth of streaming. I wish I'd have thought of it back then. Never mind. Good question, by the way. Thank you very much for that one. Right, okay, so we're in first, we've got a couple of laps left. Let's carry on. Now, just remember, you always end up not braking as early as you should do, so don't get crazy. There we go. There we go. Always talk to me in the third person, just because it's funny. Okay, there we go. We are first, 400 yards ahead of second, 2 laps left. All of a sudden, I'm feeling quite confident that I can win this. Maybe I should stay fully on the track though, instead of putting 2 wheels on the grass. It's a concept I've never got though, to be fair. Okay, there we go. Onto the long straight. 400 yards ahead, 500 yards ahead, 700 yards ahead of second. Here we go, here we go. Slow, 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 slow. There we go. Final lap, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I'll be perfectly honest, I won't be overly sad about seeing the back of this car. I will also be honest and say I don't think though it's that bad to fit in my top 5 worst cars. I will be including a stream that goes through the worst cars and the worst tracks, in my humble opinion, in this game. And then the week after I'll be doing the 10 best cars and 10 best tracks in the game. Again, my humble opinion. Okay, so first place. Boy, did I need that for a win. And there we go. Job done. So George Jacob says, if you want to do a full playthrough or something else in Real Racing 3 after the servers close, I think I found an APK version of Real Racing 3 which is supposed to preserve the game. If you are interested, I can verify if it's safe and provide it to you along with the modded save with all cars upgraded, or tell you how to get them. Thank you very much for the offer. I think I'm all right though. I'm one of these people that if the developer of the game isn't interested in its customers, then as a customer, I'm not interested in the developers. It's a bit harsh, I know, but it's the only way. It's the only way us English survive, I think. Just saying. Right, I think I can service the car now, but I'm just going to hold on before I do that. This should mean 100% completion. There we go. 50 gold and 100,000 R dollars. Now, what didn't happen is I didn't go up a fame level. So, I like my streams normally to be about 55 minutes. We're 1 hour, 5 minutes into the stream. So, I thought what I would do, and I might only do half an hour's worth. I may do longer. I thought what I would do is an endless endurance. I keep promising to do an endless endurance. I've never done one on screen. And I'm going to do one with one of the cars that I've only recently started racing again. And that was... Where's it gone? Oh. Where is it? Where is it? Can't find it. There we go. The Ferrari FXXK. This car is so good. It almost makes me want to go and buy the Ferrari FXXK Evo. The only car on the road collection side I don't currently own. But I'm not going to do that, obviously. Now, what I will do is I'll hire a agent. So I'll just take the game off screen because I don't like playing adverts on stream in case there's music in it and it ends up just causing issues with at the back end. But we'll see. Michael Mistel enters the chat, says, good evening. Good evening, sir. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. And saying good evening in the chat says, well done. Thank you very much. It's another series done. I haven't got that many left on the exclusive side. I think it's about 12, which isn't too bad. If only I hadn't put the game down for those couple of years, then I'm pretty sure I would have easily got up to 100%. But hey, it is what it is. Right, let's get the game back on screen. Now, who was it in the chat? Let me just go back up. So, Aaron C. John said, endless race in Le Mans McLaren MP4X. So, that's one of the hardest endless endurances. I always find the longer the track, the harder it is to complete as an endless endurance. I actually prefer the shorter track, specifically shorter tracks that have lots of shortcuts. They then are a lot easier to set up your endless endurance, and then literally once you've got it, you could literally last forever. I never do because I get bored. So the most I've ever done is probably a couple of hours racing, which I think equates to just over 100, 110 laps. I'm not going to do that this evening. With this, I'm just going. I could mess up and not get to the endless endurance. It's normally pretty obvious when it is. It's also quite interesting on some of the endurances that aren't endless, how quickly the cars dry up, and there's no way you can overtake 42 cars. The other thing I find on this particular track, so the short circuit at the Porsche test track, there always seems to be cars to overtake even before the endless endurance part has kicked in. So let's give this a go. So it's not so much on breaking rules. So endurance, basically, you can only score miles if you're on track. So I don't consider going off track to be a problem because you don't score any points. But actually, it is all about getting around. It's not about what you score in miles. It's about getting around, completing the lap in a time less than the amount of seconds you earn through overtaking the cars on track. And that's why, for me, this track is relatively straightforward. Now, strangely enough, it's not giving me a hard target to beat. But let's see how we get on. Now, I do go off track quite a bit, so I'll go through all the bits that I go off track. Again, just to speed up my completion. So the first thing I do is this corner here. I cut that corner out, and then I cut this out as well. The second thing I do for speed is I take a long for that, and I don't worry about the time as long as I'm overtaking cars. I'm going through. Now there's a final shortcut just here, which usually means you overtake at least one car, sometimes two. And that's it. I do that the rest of the race, and it's incredibly easy normally to get to 42 cars being overtaken. But let's see if I manage to mess it up, because obviously there can be a little bit of pressure once you're streaming and everybody's watching you. I always find that this getting a bit boring, but there's always cars to overtake, and they always are there to be overtaken at different parts of the track. So you do have to be careful how you avoid it. But as you can see at the moment, I'm keeping it as high as it can be in terms of that time. 89 seconds. But you can always tell as soon as the endless endurance kicks in. It really is quite funny how it happens. But what you can see is I'm effectively overtaking enough cars to earn the seconds that equates to more or to equal to the time it takes for me to do one lap. That's it. That's the endless endurance I do. Now, I don't always do it with this car. I've done it with other cars. I was doing it recently with the Bugatti Dici, because again, that's kind of a cool car to do it with. But I moved over to this car because I just love this car. This is fantastic car to drive. Oops. I would do it with the Rimac Nevera, but it hasn't got this course. Very disappointing. Now, I'd also say normally you've got to get up to something like 15 miles on the scoreboard before you've probably overtaken 42 cars. I never bother counting. But you can, as I said, visually you can always tell when you've got there. See, the cars are starting to spread out a little bit. But I don't think it's a problem. And this is the route I always take. It always keeps me at 90 seconds on the clock, or 89 to be more precise. But my problem is I always get bored doing this. That's why I always like there to be open races, so it counts towards something. And one of the biggest complaints about this game when it was first launched was the fact that you had to, I think they called it grafting. So you had to just do pointless races to earn R dollars and then gold. But I've actually found in the past, since starting streaming, so since July 2024, I have not had to do any grafting. So pretty much all the races I've done have been, if you like, virgin races. And what I mean by that is there was a point to racing them, to win them, so they were marked as completed. Now it's only since they've said we're closing the game down that at the weekends, for example, I would do an endless endurance just to earn a bit of extra gold and get some of the other cars fully upgraded to open up their exclusive series. I think at the moment I sit at 96%. I don't see me getting to 97, which is a shame. There you go. You see, look, we're still at maximum time. I don't think I've hit the endless endurance yet, though. I don't think so. So you see that miles goes to red, which obviously when I'm off track, so therefore it's not earning me any miles. I'm not, you know what, I'm not entirely sure that's the big thing in an endurance. It seems to me the big thing is, obviously you need to get the miles to get first place, but in terms of your reward, it seems to be actually based on the number of laps you do. Now then, am I pretty close? I might be there, you know. I think I might be there. There we go. They seem quite close together now, don't they? Yeah, they're fast, but obviously I'm taking all these shortcuts, making it easy to overtake them. Yeah, I think we're there. There we go, that's it. That's me done it. So that's it. So I'm going to carry on doing this. What time are we at? 1 hour 15. I don't think I'll do a 2-hour stream this evening. So I'm going to race this for, say, 15 minutes more. That should be enough to earn to take me up a fame level. I could literally, if I was in any way inclined, which unfortunately I'm not, I could probably race this for hours on end, but I'm just not interested. It just bores me. I hope it's not boring to watch, but if it is, I do apologise. That's why I've not done it up to this point, and I'll only be doing it this once. Yeah, but my advice is different from what everybody else says. I find the shorter tracks are the best. Specifically this one, because it's got a number of shortcuts. And for me, it is all about doing a lap time, that is so low that every lap you earn more or the equivalent of time rewards than what it costs you to actually do the lap in. And I think that is why there's a lot of endurance, endless endurances in this game on this track. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Now you might be asking, will this car be in the top 10? And that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely convinced it's that good. I'm going to be doing a mixture of cars, so it won't be just my favourite car to drive. It will be like a car that was maybe pivotal in the game to earn M dollars, R dollars, gold. So there are quite a few cars early on in the series that I'm going to bring into my top 10 that basically had the longest races and therefore gave, for that particular stage, the best rewards. So they were quite pivotal early on in if you were interested in completing the series and you did need to graft. So there's a few of those cars, and obviously there'll be a few cars that are just out of this world in terms of driving experience. And between those types of cars, we should get to top 10. And what I'm going to try and do, and I haven't done the research on this yet, is I'm going to do a top 10 tracks. And what I'm hoping to do, I know there'll be a couple that I can't do it on, is like number 10, I'll race the 10th best car on the 10th best track, that, and so on and so forth. That's the plan. But as I said, I haven't actually done my research yet. Now, next week will be funny when I do my top, my worst 5 cars and worst 5 tracks, because I'm hoping to do the same again. And can you imagine the nightmare there? Worst car and the worst track. That's horrible. Yeah, anyway, you can see dead easy this is now. I could literally go on for hours, but it just bores me. So I'm just going to do this to the 1 hour 30 minutes mark, and then I'll slowly bring down the timer and hopefully go up a fame level. Have enough gold, we'll get the final upgrade on the next car applied, and that'll be in tomorrow's stream. Unfortunately, we're just doing the single exclusive series, but hopefully the car won't be quite as horrendous to drive in terms of braking as the Lotus Evija. Daisy. You see, there you go, nice and easily keeping to the 80 seconds on the clock, even if I make mistakes like this. It's quite I find it quite a forgiving track, mainly because of all the shortcuts that are available on it. There we go. Up. There we go, back up to 90 seconds. So what, right, so we're at 22 minutes. So I'm going to race for another 8 minutes. And then we'll count down the clock. In fact, to be fair, probably, let's count down the clock in 5 minutes. So it'll take me 3 minutes to count down the clock ish, but it'll take me a minute half to be precise. $22 miles. Obviously I've got first already. I'm told the opponents get faster, but I'll tell you why I don't see it on this track. So the opponents do get faster in a straight line, but there isn't a long straight line in this track as well. It's a short track. There's not too many long straights, and it's got lots of turns and twists. The computer opponents are always terrible in turns and twists. So again, that's another reason why I feel the track, is perfect for an endless endurance. And you see, I'm not driving perfectly. It's not about being perfect. It's just about getting round one lap with less in less time than what you earn. Indeed, I've actually had it where I've had a few bad laps, found myself down to 50 seconds, and then been able to take the time back up to 90 seconds. But I do think it's because even if the computer opponents do get faster, they're still rubbish in corners and in sharp turns. So there we go. Right, we're already into 25 miles and on lap 24. I reckon that's going to be enough to take me to the next fame. So we're 1 hour 24 minutes into the stream. I'm just going to do this for another 5 minutes and we should be good. There we go. There we go again. Back up to 90 seconds. I think what we'll do, we'll get to lap 31 and then I'll get to lap 28 and then we'll start slowing down. Yeah, so a shorter stream tonight to make up for last night's slightly longer one. Oh, so daisy. There we go, 27 miles, lap 26. Yeah, so if you're not the best driver, I think this is one of the, again, it depends if you have the car. One thing to note as well, this is an exclusive series endurance. But if you're not the best driver, I think this track gives you the best option of being able to sort of like enable the endless endurance and get some decent laps in and get quite a good payout at the end. It's not the most productive or efficient, but I always think it's about balancing out how easy this one is with the fact you can make errors and still be successful. The ones that are more efficient, you do have to be almost like absolutely perfect. I also think it's a lot easier to do this type of endurance with the higher PR cars. Basically, they're quicker, so they can do a lap quicker. So therefore, potentially, you can overtake an amount of cars in terms of seconds earned being more than the seconds it's cost you to complete the lap. There we go, look at this, dead easy. 30 miles done, lap 20. I did say I'd start slowing down now, right? So what, again, when I come to end it, what I tend to do, I don't know if it is true, but I found it works, is I try and do it so my time runs out just as I cross the finish line. I think, as I say, I think the reward is predominantly based on laps done, assuming that you've got first place, of course, which is obviously the miles counter, but I have got first place. So what I'll try to do now is just count this down and then literally stop as I cross the finish line. Hopefully that'll work. Alright, so let's just read a comment out. I'll pause it for a second. George Jacob says, worst 5 cars? I don't know about 5, but the worst for me is the Honda S2000 GT, the only car with a price in gold, but also all upgrades requiring gold. Ah, right, okay, that's a good point. I mean, honestly, if that was the case, I'd make the Porsche 919 hybrid Evo the worst car in the game. I wouldn't make it the worst. I wouldn't make that the worst car of the game. I don't think so. But I get what you're saying there. There are a couple of cars like that. As in, they're just so expensive, you wonder what the point of getting them is. The thing about the Honda car is, even though it costs gold to buy, and then every upgrade's gold, it's not a massive amount of gold. So again, it's all relative. People go, oh my god, it's all gold. And I'm going, yeah, but it still costs to fully upgrade. Not that you need to fully upgrade that car. I think you've got to upgrade it to like 26 out of 28 upgrades to complete the series it's in. I can't remember exactly. But the amount of gold you have to spend is still less than some of the modern cars, like the Mitsubishi that you got free. You'll spend more gold upgrading that car. I mean, with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X, I think it is. It was the car that was given free on the 12th birthday of Real Racing 3. But you have to upgrade it, and the amount of gold you spend upgrading it, bear in mind it's a traditional upgrade tree. So first layer is $R, second layer is gold, third layer is $R, fourth layer, if there is one, is gold, fifth layer $R, like so on and so forth. You'll spend more gold on that. But I take on board what you're saying. I believe it is unique in the game for being the only car in the game costing gold. Might get a mention, but it wouldn't be in my top 5. Sorry, my worst 5. Do you see how I'm not slowing down though? I've got yapping. I need to count down my miles. Come on, Tony. But again, you can see I was slowing down there, and it's dead easy just to keep it going. Let's count down the time now. We've done enough, I think, to go up a fame level. That's what we're going to do. Endless endurance is probably one of the shortest endless endurances you'll ever see, but I tell you what, it's good enough in terms of what I need today. That's perfect. If we can make it last to the end of this lap, that will be 35 completed laps. There we go. Ten seconds to go. George Jacobs says at least the 919 Evo is one-of-a-kind prototype and an absolute rocket, but why is the S2000 so special to not have R-dollar upgrade? Don't know. I understand what you're saying. I don't know. But it still wouldn't be the worst car in the game. It would be an oddity. I may give it a mention. But if I'm mentioning that, I'm mentioning the Evo. The Evo's not getting mentioned in the best car in the game, I'm sorry. It's just too bloody expensive. There we go. Upper player level. So it didn't take much to go up a player level when you consider I was at 657, now it's 658. 154 gold on the board. Service the car. And now set up the next exclusive series. But I'm not going to ruin it for you. But you see, again, everyone has a different opinion of what the worst car is. For me, the worst car is the ones that are completely pointless. Oh, pointless in the game. Yeah, we'll get onto that. That'll be next week. Right, okay. So, what am I doing? Exclusive series still at 91%. Obviously, the road collection is still at 96%. We're going to go into owned cars. So the next one on the list, yeah, we're not finishing on a high. And I am umming and ahhing whether or not in the final week I make the final day when I go through the best cars. Because obviously that would make sense. A good way of finishing off with Real Racing 3. So we're doing the Porsche 911 GT1 Stratum version. And you know, we talk about grip, we talk about the Evija. Everyone says the Evija's got terrible grip. Yeah, well, look at the grip on this car. But it doesn't drive. It doesn't drive as bad as the Evija because obviously its acceleration and its top speed are nowhere near. Whereas its braking is actually pretty good in comparison. Final upgrade on the car. 105 gold. There we go. Another car fully upgraded. Another exclusive series opened up. We do what we normally do. Metallic paint. Chrome black. Rims. Racing blaze. There we go. Doesn't look as ugly as it was looking. There we go. Right. Okay. So this car is ready to race in its exclusive series in tomorrow's stream. Question is as well, will we get any more rewards? That's a question. Will we get any more rewards? Don't know. We'll find out in due course. Let's have a look at the chat. There we go. Mikhail Mistel says, at least you can control the slide in this one. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Should be fun. Should be okay. We'll be all right with this one, I think. Yeah, so that's tomorrow's stream. So there we go. A shorter one tonight, but it makes up for the longer one last night. Yeah. Right. Let me take the game off screen. Mute the game's audio. So I hope you enjoyed me suffering there to get the Lotus Evija exclusive series up to 100%. I did do it. It was hard work. I did perspire a little bit. In fact, I've calmed down now. I've cooled down. I can put this back up. And we did get there. And then I just finished off with one of the exclusive series, endurance races that I do, and how I go about turning it into an endless endurance. Pretty straightforward, really. There's a number of cars in the exclusive series that have that very track, and I've been able to do it on all of them, I think, that I've actually tried on. But it does help in terms of doing it. The higher the PR of the car, it's a lot easier to do. We've got something else in the chat here. Right, Mikhail still says, thank you very much for today. I wouldn't touch that Lotus. Hats off. Well, you know, it's all part of the fun. Sometimes the entertainment comes from how rubbish you are, not how good you are. Yeah, I was perspiring a little bit. I've lost my thread now. Yeah, so if you did enjoy today, please give the video or the stream a thumbs up or a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, even when Real Racing 3 goes, there will be more content, there will be more gaming, there will be more racing, and there'll be other games coming along. That, I won't promise you that, but that's my intention. Without doubt. So if you do want to see more of that type of stuff, and maybe you like to see roller coasters as well, if you do, look to subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian on YouTube, or follow the channel The Fifth Guardian on Rumble. That being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one, and I do very much look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Until then, thank you and goodbye.